Thank you for joining us. We'll have a breaking news coming from the West African country of Guinea-Bissau. Hello, guys. The president of Guinea-Bissau, Embaló Umaro, has announced that he has been arrested. This man contested in the election of last Sunday, where he, by his own calculation, that he won by having 60%, 65% of the votes. And here you are having the two presidential candidates, laying claim to the winning of the election, and the military has come in to arrest the president and some other leaders. And the president is saying that the chief of army staff is in charge of this unfolding coup. What are we going in terms of direction in democracy across West Africa? We've lost Mali to dictatorship, we've lost Burkina Faso, we've lost Niger. What is happening?
Yeah, you see, it's an eye-opening to Nigerians and the entire African, region, because it is not a good news that we're having coup, within our environment. As if that were not enough, we also have the issue of insecurity, and we can't, every day our children are being kidnapped, our wives are being kidnapped, our farmers are being deprived of going to farm. Not as if that were not a law, all our political parties are in chaos, apart from the ruling party. You see, the Nigerian government should take a clue from what has happened in Guinea-Bissau. What do they say? There was an election on Sunday, yeah. And the man said they had won 65%. The opposition said, no, I won. You see, I don't agree. Look at where they landed. You said the army, you are arrested and you are making an announcement. So, therefore, it is an eye-opener to the Nigerian government to sit tight, to take the tweet of Donald Trump very seriously and tackle the issue of insecurity, ensure that democratic institutions are surviving, that this crisis in PDP, SDP, Labour Party, if the ruling party had a hand on that, they should hustle so that we can have a thriving democracy, because the worst form of democracy is better than the best military form of government.
Exactly. I think I agree with you completely on that. The worst form of democracy is still better than the best of military government. And what is democracy? We play politics. I used to say something, that politics is a game, but you have to allow that game to be played, because the consequences of not allowing that game to be played can land you where Guinea-Bissau is. President Embaló and the opposition contender Fernando, laying claim to winning the same election. He said he got 65%. The opposition said, no, you didn't win, I won. What does this portend for us in terms of credible elections? Lawyers used to say something. They said justice should not only be done, justice should be seen as being done. As you are making transfer from your account, it's deducting immediately. You are seeing it. You don't go to the bank quarreling. Can our own INEC give us a foolproof system such that when the people lose, they will say, oh, we'll try better next time?
Well, I think like what Philip said that a lot of people should take precedent from what is happening all around us. Burkina Faso, Guinea-Bissau, a very small tiny country, maybe not to the smallest state even in Nigeria, where people are holding for people's will I say revolution or trying to oppose the government, is that their lives are not better as this man being the president all around Africa. Look at Cameroon. The opposition leader in Cameroon has gone to Gambia to hide. How many years old man as a president, whether 92 or thereabout, he has been in president forever. Look at Laurent Gbagbo. Al-Hassan Ouattara. Al-Hassan Ouattara fought a war with Laurent Gbagbo. The whole of Africa supported Laurent Gbagbo, Al-Hassan Ouattara, so that Gbagbo, they pushed Gbagbo out. And now they have sat down out of the death of the president.
Yes, now Magufuli. Man, I so love the man.
Exactly. That's an African man, the man that believed that something good can come from Africa.
Yes.
But this woman now said, I'm stronger than every man in the country. If not allowing the structures of democratic principle to operate, invite these things. That's the truth. That's number one. Number two, the one I said before, we must see that we are moving forward and our lives is becoming better.
Guinea, like he said, is a very small country. A country of barely 2-point-something million people. And that is not even up to a city, population in Nigeria. And there are areas where their coverage is barely about 36,000 square kilometers and things like that. Very small country by all measure. And they can't rule themselves. You still want to cheat. You still want to force yourself on people. Why do African leaders want to force themselves on people? Do they really understand what democracy as a governance structure means?
I met a friend who once told me that the problem we have is our color. Because we're somewhere outside the shore of this country and we're discussing a lot of things. Why is it that we can't get, governance right? Why is it that our people are so greedy? Even in the foreign land, you see the problem of the black skin, showing up everywhere. You see, if you think because they are small, that's why they are having problem, then you have to think again. The problem is the average African man feel that once he should be seen and be held only, no other person to be held. But coming back home, we shouldn't say that because they are small, that's why they're school. We should take the Nigerian government, I've signed it again, should take a clue from what is happening in Guinea-Bissau right now, and then for them to recalibrate whatever they are doing about 2027, planning to destroy all political parties so that they become one party state. It will not help us. Forget that the lady in Tanzania is succeeding now. It's a temporary success. It doesn't last. Nothing lasts forever. But if you keep democracy the way it is, if you give us a credible election, if you allow INEC to be independent, if you allow our courts to be independent, then we can have a lasting governance, a lasting democracy that we have in America and we have in the British. For instance, in the British, we don't have any constitution. These people still govern themselves according to the principle of what they agreed on. So but here we are with a written, we have 3, high court judges, order. 2 from Federal High Court in Abuja and 1 from Ibadan. Our operating one constitution or one subject matter. The government have to sit tight. Don't believe that because Guinea-Bissau is a small country, that's why they say coup. That Nigeria is too big, they cannot be coup. They have been coup before, and those who are not, they are not doing what they're supposed to do in government. They should be shown the way out so that you bring people who can give us good governance.
All right, let me come to you. The entire Africa, let's more specifically West Africa. Obasanjo said something that we need to domesticate our kind of democracy. Kind of have a rejig. I've always said that too, that the law that works for a white man is not going to work for a black man. If you put, a dual carriage where, let's just say maybe a simple 2-traffic lane, you demarcate it to solid white line and ask people to drive in opposite direction. That solid white line is enough to get sane people to drive, normally. But in Nigeria, the kind of, two-way traffic that we need to do is the one demarcated by concrete barrier. So that even though you had intended to swap to the other side, you cannot. That is the kind of domestication Obasanjo is seeking for Nigeria if we must practice democracy. Do we now urge Nigeria, do we place more effort in trying to achieve credible election in the kind of democracy we have now, or we should first of all pull backward and try to domesticate our democracy in the way this Western democracy certainly Africans are finding it difficult.
Okay, for the Western democracy is not the problem that we have. It's the people's mentality and their way of thinking.
So if we have work on people,
if we have punishment, I've said this several times. If we have punishment for offenders, listen, human beings are the same. So it's the structures that are different.
So now let me come to you.
Yes.
When you talk of punishing people, of course, we have always flogged it here. Reward system and punishment system. Yes. It should be equal for all.
For everybody. System that
system is not available to punish.
The system is available. It's the people that have come behind the system in their law that you can only serve twice.
Yeah.
And that was because of the Civil War and the economic downturn. That's Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Now, it was because of that time, the guy was in power. He was even a cripple. He was in power and he was doing well, trying to make the economy come out. Then the civil war broke out. Then, before you know it, they said, look, we have a precedent.
Yes.
Let us enshrine it in the rumors.
It wasn't
Yes. So these things that we are talking about is about the structure. We must stand for the structure.
So when you say we must stand for the structure, who are we?
The Nigerian people, the
Nigerian
masses,
people, yes.
we must stand by the structure. I can't help but to agree with him. We need.
But do we really
strong
have the
institution.
system?
No, we need strong institution. We have the system.
The system
but
is there.
the implementers, I've said it over
Who are
and
the
over.
implementers?
The people that are there.
So when the implementer, you know, I'm asking you this question.
Yes.
When you talk about system, if I'm developing a system, I'm going to have human resources,
Yes.
the material resources,
Yes.
the soft resources like
Yes.
the laws and all that. They all form system. You understand? But if the people who are actually the active element of the entire system is not capable of doing that, can you say you really have system in place when you do not have what will ensure that if I had wanted to tolerate, I give example with the two-way traffic. Do you have a system such that even though I had wanted to go to the other lane, it's impossible to do so? Do we have a full
So
system?
now let me take your mind back to even here in this Nigeria.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. When Buhari was head of state, we know something that said
War against the
war against the district.
Yeah.
So when he came back in 2015, for the first 6 months, people believed that the disciplinarian has come into office.
Yeah.
Everybody was behaving. Until it was exposed that the Buhari we have now was not the Buhari they were having there as a military head of state. Why? What am I trying to emphasize? The system is still in place. It's the implementer. That's why I've said it before, that all we need is one good head. For instance, I'm not saying Obi is perfect. Like for what we have heard from here, what I said, if you have a man who knows where he's going, who is first, as the president, every other thing will follow suit, and you will see a system that is working. That's why I can't help but to agree with you that the democracy we have is not because it's a Western democracy. It's because of
For Nigeria,
Yes, to lead themselves.
Listen, don't forget. I'm sure you've met Nigerians everywhere you've gone in the world.
Yeah.
Their mentality is different. Their operation is different. Their intelligence is different. We are quite different from every other person. Any African nation I've gone to, I've seen. If you listen to Lee Kuan Yew, that's of Singapore. Lee Kuan Yew said when they were building Singapore, they removed religion.
Yeah.
They removed ethnicity.
Have a place where to feel where you are
from
where you are not from. But certain things preceded that of Rwanda, and we don't want that.
Exactly. So that's what we are talking about. We pray that they give us a credible umpire electoral body that will give us a credible election. Where you said it in your opening speech, where the loser will feel that yes, I lost this election, and we congratulate the winner. Where the winner will know that I work hard and the people believe in me. I need to deliver on my mandate so that the people can give me a second tenure. Not where you will you twist the people and take their power and say you now make it so that I am here now, even though you do not want me. That will not work.
So like in Guinea, where the president said he won 60%, 65% of the vote, and after winning 65% of the vote, the opponent is coming out to say, no, I won that election. Something is wrong with the
system,
the electional process.
Yes, you see, let me tell you, you and I can see it on the board when the elections in America happened. They lost. He said, look, the things that affect us as a country, Barack Obama believed in them more, and he communicated with the people more. You will see it. These things, you will see them. The president that we have today, he came out and acknowledged. He said, look, I know you didn't vote for me, but I'm where I am now.
Are we looking at having this coup thwarted somewhere along the line so that they returned to
the one in Guinea-Bissau might be worst? Because why do I have to say so? The president is laying claim, the opposition is laying claim, the army are there, he is accusing them. So if it might degenerate to war, and nobody. So is it that they are going to settle their score?
He has gotten information out. I don't know if you're.
It could be that something. He said he has been arrested.
Maybe something is brewing.
He said he has been arrested.
Maybe something is brewing.
Maybe those arrested ask him to say.
Don't forget. This is how it started in Mali.
Yes.
The Mali president was speaking from house arrest.
Yes.